What would you say is the best diet? At least an estimation of the best diet you would say this would help prevent cancer. This is give you the best fighting chance as much as possible. What would you say that is?
So, so to answer that question, they did National Geographic did a study on the places in the world where people lived the longest, and they found 5 locations that they labeled blue zones. It was Nicoya, Costa Rica, Icaria, Greece, Okinawa, Japan, Sardinia, Italy, and Loma Linda, California. So Loma Linda, California is the only blue zone, quote unquote, in the United States. And when they looked at these regions where people lived to be 100 or more, the most compared to other places in the world, they had the greatest number of centenarians. They looked at their lifestyles and everything they did to see what contributes to the fact that you have so many people who live long in these communities. And one of the common threads they found was that these 5 communities, by and large, adopt a whole food, plant-based diet. So primarily plants. And it's interesting because if you dropped an alien scientist onto our planet, and this scientist's job was to categorize all creatures as meat-eating or plant-eating, by looking at the shape of our teeth, the length of our intestines, how we deal with cholesterol in our body, how our kidneys process things, they would be forced to conclude that human beings should be a primarily plant-eating animal.
So you're saying when you take a good look at the human body, the anatomy,
physiology,
the body itself seems to have been optimally designed for plant-based
to live on
food.
plants. And lo and behold, when you give it the fuel that it was designed to run on, it does better. Just like a car requires a certain type of fuel, when you give it the fuel it needs, it runs better. And that's what we're seeing in all of our studies. And hundreds of studies have corroborated that. So actually, I mentioned Loma Linda, California, and I'm a medical oncologist who works in the Loma Linda Cancer Center. They did something called the Adventist Health Studies. There's a part 1 and a part 2 looking at what are the lifestyle factors that go into making Adventists as a whole so healthy. And they found a lot of things, but among them, a plant-based diet ranked very highly. And so I think these are clues as to, hey, this is how we're designed to live, and if we follow that pattern, then it works out. And coincidentally, in the Bible, when it says that God created Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, the original diet in the Garden of Eden was plant-based.